but I am leaving YouTube.
Say what?
Hey guys, it's early in the morning. I'm at the Tulsa airport. Yes, I'm in Oklahoma. And what am I doing in Oklahoma? The exact reason I'm sharing this with you right now, the video that was posted on Corvettes 918 channel. If you haven't heard of him, I'm surprised because he is a well-respected individual within the Corvette community. And he shocked us all by selling both of his Corvettes, and he's doing his last YouTube video on Tuesday. Now, the video I'm going to share with you right now is the live stream we did on Chuck's channel, Corvettes 918. It was the first time he and I had an opportunity to meet, and it was real exciting. We had some chuckles, but I'll tell you this right up front. Watch the video that I'm going to post with you guys on my channel here on Tuesday. I never seen Chuck laugh so hard. So I'm excited to share this with you now. It was my first live stream, so it was just wonderful to fly in, meet him, talk with you guys on the channel, talk with the people on his channel. I wanted to share that with you now. I don't know if you even have an opportunity to watch all of this. If you do, thank you for that. I look forward to seeing you on Tuesday, and here is the re-upload of our live stream.
Rick, we're live. I mean, people will be in here real quick. Matter of fact, they're already in here. All right. All right, guys, we are here. We are live. Rick's had a trip. It took him a little while to get here this morning. Oklahoma, the navigation here can even wiggle out Google. So, and then the camera's right over there. So if you want to look up there. All so right. What we're going to be doing, guys, is we're going to be answering. Not only are we going to be talking, I'm going to be answering. We're going to be answering. I'm going to be asking Rick some questions.
Oh my gosh!
Is this your very first live stream?
This is my first live stream.
First live stream. This is his first one. How's everybody starting to roll in? Right up here, it will show you how many people are in.
Oh,
show you likes and all that stuff.
Good morning, everybody. Oh my God!
We
have no idea what an honor it is to be here with him right now. And you can see now by me sitting next to him, and I already joked as soon as I got out of the car in the driveway. I said, "Wow!" I said, I look taller on the internet and you look shorter, but when I get here, no, I'm shorter, he's taller. For whatever it's worth. But it's a pleasure to meet him actually in person, and to have me at your home is an honor. So
awesome. I'm glad you're here. I know a lot of you have a lot of questions, and we're going to be getting to some of those questions. And I'm going to be looking away every now and then at your questions so that I can't follow it there on the phone. But first of all, Rick, this is, if you guys don't know who Rick is, this is Rick Corvette Conti. He is out of Ohio. What's the city?
Pataskala.
See, I wasn't about to say the city because I knew I was going to butcher that.
Right. That's right.
And so how long, tell the audience here a little bit about yourself, how long you've been in Corvette sales and so forth.
I do that in one hot second, if I may just interrupt for a second. I got a little something I wanted to give Chuck on camera, just because of all the support he's given me. He sent a lot of you folks to me, and I've been so pleasured to have the opportunity to do business with you guys and share your stories on my channel. His support is, I have no words for it. I really don't. So just a small token of my appreciation.
Oh my goodness, guys. You know what? Hey, if you follow Rick, you know what this is. I don't even have... Okay, for those who don't know, tell us about this.
Well, I get these nutty ideas, and I really wanted to do a camouflaged die-cast Corvette. Respect to the folks that are serving and have served in the military, and then share that pride and that respect through Corvette, because that's what I do, and just intertwined them. I was determined to do this, and it was a very limited number that I had made of these. And somebody like this guy is deserving to have one. So again, thank you.
These are hard to come by in the world. You think the ZR1 is hard to come by? I mean, this car right here is hard to come by. Right. So Rick, I appreciate that.
No, I do appreciate that. You've been, and just, you know, I would watch Chuck from time to time because I'm a retailer, but I'm equally an enthusiast. So I watch Chuck, and then all of a sudden here, this guy's talking about me, and he's contacting me, and I'm like, wow. It was just so amazing, and it still is, and it's really appreciated. So to be here, and we talked earlier in the week, and we'll talk more about that later in the video, but to be here, no matter what you told me, what was happening, what's going to happen, I was going to be here to see it, to shake your hand. I said, brother, thank you for having me.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And, you know, as the vast majority of you guys are going to watch this live stream afterwards, the playback on this. The way live streams work is about 3 or 4% of your total audience is going to actually watch that live,
okay.
and then most of them are going to see it afterwards. But we're going to be answering those. See, we've got 120 people in here right now. And again, I wish I could say hi to everybody that pops in. I would love to do that.
Right.
We will be answering some of the questions I posted on Instagram as well as Facebook. Now, guys, I am going to get Rick on Instagram at some point.
Yes,
We're
he
going to
will.
get him on
He will,
Instagram.
yes.
You guys can follow him there.
Count on it.
And so we've got some questions, and we're going to answer some of those, and then I've got some questions for Rick.
Okay, and then just real briefly, as he said
Yeah.
before we got diverted just a little bit, so you get an idea who I am. I really am just a regular guy that fortunately has the opportunity to facilitate the retail entity of this car, so I can give you guys different perspectives of what's going on in the marketplace, what's going on with the car, and knowing the car. I mean, you guys have told me endlessly, and the stories, they're exhausting stories of hearing about how you try to buy this car and not treat it properly, not good information. And at the end of the day, the internet has made the world very, very small. So it's given me many opportunities to work with you. So once you think, okay, how do I buy a car out of state? I want to buy a specialty car from a specialist. Well, I want to be your guy. So I do all I can on my channel to promote the car, to promote you, and share some great stories on your journeys to get the car, and it's amazing for me. So I've been selling this car for 23 years, just Corvette. And I love it. When I got into the business, and I hated the car business. I'll give you a short version because I'll save the rest for the book later. But people said, oh, you can't just sell one car. Because I hated the car business in the game. So the flexibility I have in my position allows me to conduct business a little bit differently, and I think that's enjoyable for you guys. It's enjoyable for me too. Who wants to spend 4 hours to find out what the price of a car is? I mean, really? Here, if this is what's going to work, great. Then let's talk about you. Let's talk about the car and everything else. So, you know, dealing with customers at this level is so different and is so unique, and I respect that and treat you guys as such. So when I decided I was going to stay in the car business, and my wife knows that I hated it. You know, she keeps telling me this day, she goes, I thought you hated the car business, and here I am 23 years later, but I was fortunate to get into a specialty and focused on it. You know, and one person says, oh, you can't be in the car business selling only one car. Really? Watch me. And that's how serious and how committed I am to this car and to you guys. So here we are to live stream in a great, I'm overwhelmed really that I'm here with you right now. This is really cool.
Well, as we can
and
see,
he knows, he turns the camera on, I was like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
this live stream's gonna go forever. So let's get it.
Hey, and that's okay. We're going to do this as long as there's people in here watching.
All right,
We're
yeah.
going to make this
I love
live
it.
stream. So if
I
it's
love
an
it.
hour, it's an hour.
All right.
But we've got all kinds of people that are popping in here with questions. But first of all, I do want to say, guys, you know, for everybody who's been affected by Florence, a lot of people, a lot of you guys who watch the channel, North Carolina, South Carolina,
Yes.
up into Virginia. Some of you guys have sent me pictures of the damage that's been done by that hurricane. I want you to know that I'm still thinking about you guys, praying for you, and hope that you guys have a speedy recovery. So I wanted to say, you know, that real quick to you guys.
Yeah.
But as far as
John sent me a text.
John-
from Carolina.
John's in here.
Oh, he's in
Yeah,
here?
yeah, he just answered a question. Let's
Just
see.
wishing you guys the best down there. I've gotten the pictures too in text, and that's nothing to deal with. Some of you got lucky. Some of you are still dealing with it, so we really wish you the best.
The camera angle reversed. I have no idea. John, he's talking about the camera angle. I guess this is what it looks like to them, so I don't. You have to understand, this is YouTube. YouTube kind of has its own mind, especially whenever you're doing live streams.
Right on.
So we're going to be answering some of your questions here live, as well as some questions that some of you submitted already. So I'm going to jump over to some of these. The first one comes from General Lee. Now, did he buy his Carbon 65 from you?
No, he didn't.
But you know who he is,
Yeah,
don't you?
been a great supporter, great guy, and just a great Corvette guy.
He says this collaboration with Rick and Chuck, most passionate guys I know, is epic. First question is for Rick. Rick, basically, if you were going to spec out a Corvette, which Corvette would it be? And how would you spec it out?
Man, I really hate that question because you know how tough, it is. I just said in one of my recent vlogs on my channel is Rick Corvette Conti. That's just my name. And we shared a guy that got a ZR1, and I because I know that Joe had a tough time picking out his Long Beach red car with the Spice Red, and I said, you know, it's got to be tough. And he says, yeah, even to the point where you told me, here, you got to make your decision. I got to put the order in. And I said, if I was going to buy one right now, I don't know what I would pick. I think I would lean, this I do know because it's coming out. Okay, this is what I would do. I would do a ZR1 As my son Ryan loves the ZR1. That's all he wanted to see. We went to the bash. He said, Dad, I can't wait to see our ZR1s. And we got there. And if you watch that vlog, we were being silly. He said, here, let's walk around and count them. And we were hiding in the grass and rolling around and counting 21 ZR1s, which was amazing to see. But I would do a big wing car.
Okay.
I would probably do right now, if I had to order one right now, I would probably do an Elkhart Lake blue car.
Oh, so you like that color?
I do. I would do that with the matching blue calipers, and I would do the blue stitching, and it would be an automatic, and competition seats, absolutely. So yeah, that's what I would do. That's what I would do.
General, that's how he's specking it out there. He says, Chuck, I've had Corvettes since I was 23. I'm 53 now. Simply love them. Now that you've owned 3 Corvettes, is the Corvette everything you thought it would be? Let me say this. For a lot of you guys who know my story and how I came to Corvette back in 2016, I actually in January bought a Mustang GT. So don't throw anything at, don't. Yes, I owned a Ford, and it was a Mustang GT. It was my very first sports car ever, and I was super excited about it. I had a month, and I had Corsa Extreme on it. I had the thing tinted out. It was the Black Mamba before the Black Mamba. And I went down to Texas, and a friend of mine down there, my brother had a friend down there, and he had a Z06. And he said, hey, won't you just take this for a spin? I said, well, I thought I was going to be in the passenger seat. No, he gave me the keys.
Oh, that was dangerous.
I thought, you got to be kidding me. I got in that thing and took off. I came home. My wife was here. I said, honey, I'm selling my Mustang. She said, what? She goes, you just bought it. You just tagged it. I said, I know it. I'm selling it. And she goes, what are you buying? I said, I'm buying a black Z06. And I went down to the dealership, and they had one, and I bought it a week later. And I tell you what, Corvette is one of those cars that we see them. Maybe you've never owned one, but yet you've seen them. If you definitely subscribe to Rick's channel, but you'll go out there and, he gets in these cars, you get in those cars, and when it's your car, something happens to you on the inside. Yeah. I mean, it is something about starting that Corvette and driving down the road knowing it is yours. Corvette will always be in your blood. It doesn't matter. You may take detours in life. Some of you guys who are older, you had them when you were younger, you got away, family changed, different things changed in life, and you got away from Corvette, but you always had that tugging to get back. And that's what this car will do to you outside of any other car that's out there.
There's no doubt about it. In the training sessions I've had over the years where we would go and see the new generation car, and I was so enthralled with the current car, and then they would put us behind the wheel of the new body style before it was released to you guys. And I would say the same thing. It's just like, I just can't believe this car's like a little kid. It's like, I didn't know there was that much room for improvement. It's like, wow, I would just be so excited. So when folks come to the dealership, it's not even a question if you can test drive a car, because I know there's some dealers that don't allow you to do that. And that's a mistake, because that's where you really get to feel that passion and that excitement. I mean, it is really, truly just electric. And I can describe it all I want to you. You need to feel it, so you need to be behind the wheel. So if you come see me, you're welcome to drive anything, anytime, except for ZR1. those are pre-sold, so that's why. I'm not letting you drive somebody else's car, for goodness sakes.
They're not on your lot either. They're back there long enough for Chuck to put everything on, and then they're gone.
Absolutely.
I mean, pretty much. I mean, so if you happen to stop by and they have one, then it's already sold. I mean, it's pretty much gone.
Correct.
So I'm gonna jump over here to YouTube, answer one of you guys' question.
We got lots of questions.
There's a lot in here. I mean,
you guys, this is support, and a lot of you guys have told us on the channel, on each of our comments, on Facebook, on his Instagram, that you were looking forward to he and I getting together. I'm probably looking more forward to he and I getting together than you guys, so it is really good to have everybody here together right now. So thanks for taking a moment to join us.
Peter's got this question. I think this is a great question, and I'm not even going to try to say your last name, Peter, but Peter R is what I'm going to say. It says, hey guys, love your channels, looking to buy a pre-owned C7 Z06 in a few years. How many miles is too high to buying for enjoyment? So I guess the question would be, at what point, if I'm out looking for a Corvette, how many miles is too many? And I think for me, that's an easy question, but what would you say as someone who sells these? What point when they get to a certain amount of miles that it's kind of harder to move those?
Well, the car's a drivable car, and the thing that Chuck and I both promote on our channels is to drive your cars and enjoy it. I mean, I think that's the most important. Not only because of the money that you spend, but really enjoy the car, and it's the community and the people that you meet and the events that you get to go to. I think those are just wonderful. But I'm seeing people trading in cars with more miles. It's not uncommon now to see a 2-3-year-old car with 20, 30, 40,000 miles. I think when you start to get up into those 70s, 80s, and 90s, which is possible, I know some of the folks in Texas, you know that in those climates, you drive them all the time, you're going to see those higher miles. So the pricing will be justified, and then you really just have to, in your heart, look at the car and go by the condition of the car and make sure everything is relative. You know, how well it's been cared for, did they protect it? I love it. Some guys will trade a car in and they'll say, you know, I added that front splitter on my Stingray. You should get some extras for that. Yeah. I said, oh, the one that looked like it was shot up with a BB gun? That's fine. I'm going to be taking that off. Do you want it back?
Hey, as a Corvette owner, as you guys know, you know, we get these things that we want to make them our own. We start adding all kinds of stuff. But just know that what you add means absolutely nothing to a dealership. It doesn't mean anything to the person that you're really selling it to.
Well, you got that when you went to CarMax or something.
Yes, yes. They looked at that and said, hey, you know, it's great that you have stage 3 aero. We wouldn't care if it was a stage 1 or a stage 3.
Well, and see, with the condition of your car, though, in the stage 3 aero, really should have added some value to that. So I think that was a little bit. The ones that are rock chipped up, yeah, they had nothing.
Yeah. And if it's, you know, that's one thing when you see someone's Corvette and you see some rock chips on the front, you know they're enjoying it.
Right.
You know, you're out driving it. When people have one and they go, look, I don't have any scratches.
I'm gonna use that. Rick, I'm looking at this car. There's a lot of rock chips on it. Boy, he really enjoyed it.
That's right. That's if you want a really quick gauge on if people are enjoying the Corvette, look at the front of it. You know, if it's got some chips on it, you're enjoying it. So if you have some now and it's black, and every time you wash it, you look down and it drives you nuts. Hey, don't worry about it. You're enjoying the car.
Something else. I need something else. This is fun. We're going to be here for a while, so I hope you guys grab something to eat. I brought something to drink. This is really interesting.
And we will be talking. We're going to talk a little bit about the C8. I'm seeing some questions in that. We'll do that kind of towards the end. We both of us have already made some videos about the C8.
Yes.
Rick has been making a lot of great content. If you really want to stay on top of the C8 Corvette coming out, again, if you're watching this in the playback, I will have his channel linked below. So just go down there and press the thing. It will take you straight to it. Hit subscribe. Hit the bell notification. That way you know, because Rick may put out a video at 2 a.m. I mean, it may wake you up in the middle of the night and you can watch his video. But no, I'm just kidding. But that's the best way. That's the best way to watch his content, and you're going to see footage you won't see anywhere else, content that you won't see anywhere else, information about not only the C8 Corvette. There's a lot of guys that are looking, and a lot of ladies that are looking to buy a C7 Corvette.
Yes.
You know, maybe they're wanting to order one. They see this as, you know, maybe not having the C7 anymore, and they really enjoy it, and they've been saving their money, and they're ready to buy that car. Hey, I can't bring you anyone else on this channel that can take care of you better than Rick can.
The guys that are here on Chuck's channel, I can tell you, number one, if you've never seen my stuff or my customers, again, going back to what I said at the beginning, I have total respect for you as a potential client, as a current client on this car. I'll tell you exactly what's going on. No games, no back and forth, just respect, and let's move forward and do business. And the ease of doing business, not only with the knowledge, I think is a great value. So you guys are out of state watching. I'm looking forward to those opportunities to help you any way I possibly can, and I will. We got lots of questions. I'm glad he's doing this because there's a ton of questions.
It's flying through here. There's a lot. Hey, first of all, everybody who's in here, and watch. This is how great these people are, Rick. Look what that number. See that number right there says 14. Guys, make sure you go right now. Go and give this video a thumbs up. Help us out. I mean, you got to give us a thumbs up. Look at them.
There we go.
We're going 17.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here they got 23. I mean, these. I tell you what.
Nice.
I've got some of the best. Look at that. We went from 17 to 32 just like that, and it will keep going up. Just some of the most.
Corvette people are some of the best people out there. They really are, because they have great hearts. And I've talked about that before. Again, not to get diverted. I have lots of stories for you. Oh my gosh. And we're going to be doing another vlog too.
Yes.
So we'll have to share that in another vlog.
We will make some videos together after this.
But if you saw a guy broke down on the side of the road, most of you are just going to pass that guy. But, you know, to give you the short version of it, if you saw a Corvette guy broke down on the side of the road, none of us would even think twice about pulling over and helping that person out.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
it's amazing. Whatever they need. Doesn't matter where you're going, what you're doing. Yeah. You see a fellow Corvette who's got a problem, you're going to stop and you're going to do whatever it is to help them out. We see that all the time.
Yeah.
And that's what, again, I've always said that owning a Corvette is not just owning a Corvette. It's a lifestyle. It's a community. It's a life experience that, again, you just won't find with any other type of car.
Absolutely.
Okay, so Steve, thanks for being in here. Alfredo's in here. Let's see here.
Looking for a question. Were you looking for a question? I'm gonna
Yeah,
read
go
this.
ahead.
You might have got.
Oh, I did get this. Now,
Did you
hey,
get this?
yes, I got this exact same thing
Look at that.
yesterday.
I know. I just got it too. I wanted to bring. I don't know if you got it in the mail
Yes.
yet. It says, Rick, we have previously exchanged a couple of emails to continue to prepare for my purchase on my first Corvette. I've been an avid viewer of your YouTube channel for some time now, and I really enjoy the content that you put out. I'm currently deployed in Afghanistan. Thank you so much for your support. Be safe over there, man. Appreciate your service, buddy. And I had a few custom patches made at a local shop. Now, they didn't come out quite as good, but nonetheless, I had some extras. What are you talking about? This looks fantastic. It's kind of like in that military green with Corvette on it. I absolutely love it. He goes, so I figured I'd send one to you and my other favorite Corvette vlogger, Chuck, at Corvettes 918. So he's got one as well, and I wanted to share that and just thank you here on the live stream, Jose. I just got it before I flew out, and thank you for that support. It really means a lot. It says, just a little something small, Rick, to say thanks for all the hard work that you put out into your content and share with all of us. When the time comes for me to buy my first Corvette, I'm definitely hoping that you and I can work something out. Continued success, Jose. Thanks, man. Big thumbs up to you. Buddy.
Yes. Jose, all of the military people that are out there, you know, it's number one, we can't do what we want to do exactly without those you know, Ashton, who bought a Corvette from
gosh,
you.
yes.
Carbon Ashton, I know you're
Carbon 65,
hey, Ashton, this is for you.
Uh-oh. Do I have to put these on?
Yes.
I wonder why he had two sets of glasses here.
You know, hey, we've been telling Rick, if you're gonna be a true YouTuber, if you want to really grow your channel, Rick,
Yes.
you're gonna have to get you a pair of glasses.
Oh my
You mean,
gosh.
Guys,
you guys want me to wear glasses on my
Guys,
channel?
let us know in the comments. Do you want him to wear glasses? If you want, if Rick looks cool, put the thumbs up. Now,
I don't. No, I don't.
I know you want to see his eyes. Now, look at him. I mean, look at him. I mean, you look cool, man.
I don't want any more Burt Reynolds jokes.
That was for Ashton. Ashton, that was for you.
Thanks, buddy.
I know Rick doesn't like the sunglasses. So.
I don't.
We've got people in here from Norway. We've got DZR1. That's
D. Anthony.
D. Anthony's in here. G Money.
Oh yeah. What's up, Gary?
Yep, Gary.
He got me this special spaghetti sauce from a store in Westlake, and now I drove 2.5 hours the other day to get a special cake for my kids, and then I went to the grocery store and I bought 10 more jars. That stuff is fantastic.
We've got a gentleman in here.
We're going to talk about Corvette here in a second. Sorry.
Yes, Bag Peddler says this. He says, in case you don't know anything about Rick's channel, I left him a message the other day, and he called me back personally. Chuck has been a huge help to me since I got my car. The two best guys on YouTube.
Thank you.
That's Glenn. Glenn, want to thank you for dropping that comment. Again, one thing about Rick is Rick is only one guy. So you have to understand, there's hundreds of text messages, emails, all those things that come in.
Yes,
especially with all the things going on with ZR1, with CA, all of that kind of stuff going on. Plus, you have to sell car there at your local place.
Oh,
so
I do?
You have a family too, don't you? Are you married? Okay.
Hi, Jacob, Ryan, Nicole, Rosemary. How you doing?
So not only people don't realize how much time YouTube takes.
It does take a lot of time.
Editing videos, getting the footage.
And I even questioned doing it. You know, I first started, and I'm like, I don't know, man. It's just like 4 or 5 hours to edit a video, 2, 3, 4 in the morning. But the response and the immediate interaction from you guys and the feedback and the involvement is so enjoyable. I couldn't imagine not doing it. I mean, this is really another way to communicate and share stuff immediate. And I'm shocked. I guess I was just sleeping at the wheel, but really how many people are involved in YouTube for a number of reasons. But having this neat little community is a blast.
And yeah, I mean, that is the thing with YouTube and doing live streams now. Again, I'm working with Rick. He's going to try to do some live streams in the future. Okay, you know, we'll
Yes,
Rick, I will fly up. I will fly up here, and we'll do another one if we have to.
Okay.
We'll do it in your office. See, I don't have all the great little things behind me that he will. You're gonna love his office. You're gonna be subscribed to him. Go check out his office. It's
thanks, buddy. I appreciate
it's
that.
awesome. Let's see.
Oh my gosh! Look
goodness.
at all those questions, you guys. So first of all, let me just apologize if we don't even get to your questions because there is. All right, I'm gonna let him decide what we're gonna talk about here.
Let's see, Rick Conti. Okay, what I'm gonna do, since there's just so many, y'all guys answer questions. There's just a lot of people saying they love your channel, Rick, or
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
I've already went over and subscribed. They want to know if the C7 is the last front engine. Do you guys see the price going up over time? So, I mean, that's a big question that a lot of people have even asked me. You know, is the C7 going to be made alongside of the C8? Is Corvette ready to just make that change and go straight to the C8 Corvette? You know, everything is speculation at this point. We don't know 100%. Even someone who has inside information is only inside of everybody in GM has just done this. They've just really zipped their lips on what they want to do. So we as Corvette enthusiasts, we as someone in the marketplace, we have our ideas. We have our, you know, assumptions of what we think might happen. Me personally, I've made a video on that. I truly believe GM's ready to move. I think once this thing is released here, probably at the LA Auto Show, you know, if they wait until January for the December, you know, show up there in Detroit, they may want to do that. Since they did it last year in LA, they may want to do it in Detroit to try to help that show.
Sure.
But I think GM, for me anyway, in my own opinion, I think they're ready to move forward. I think GM is going to ride this tidal wave of momentum. I think there's going to be so much buzz. There already is. People are seeing the Nürburgring pictures. They're seeing the footage. They've seen it on your channel.
Yes.
And the excitement is starting to get. Now, is there going to be pushback? Yes. There's going to be some people that are going to say, I can't stand the thing. Looks like a Camaro up front. I'm in the rent. It's just all over. You will be driving one probably a year from now. So, you know, and Rick's going to sell it to you. So.
Yes, I am.
But that's my spin on it. I think the C7 is over. What is that going to do to the value of the C7? I think initially it's going to take a hit, but I think the C7 is such a beautiful made car that it is so practical. It's so comfortable with the mag ride system in it.
Oh, wow.
It is a car that literally, I've went to Texas in it. Many of you guys came to the meetup. In Kansas City, we did the meetup. And those were both 300-mile drives. And when I got out with competition seats, and I'm a bigger guy, competition seats, guys, you can get them. You can get the bigger don't think you have to be skinny to get competition seats. I'm telling you, they're comfortable even for big guys. And so 3 hours, got out, awesome ride.
Yeah, and I agree. And I did a couple of videos about the questions on C7, C8, and there is a lot of questions. So you guys have to hang tight. We're doing all we can to guide you the right way. But you know, I think Chuck's right. Some of the stuff he talked about on his channel. You know, and then I talked about in the most recent video, think about that the Corvette assembly plant becomes open to the public in January. That means, like he said, we're ready to rock. So you're going to be moving forward a little bit faster, I think, than many are ready for, because you're going to be moving into a new era of Corvette. And that will affect the price a little bit. And I said in one of my recent videos, and part of that's affected right now, is because there's so many cars. They built so many cars. But I think they're ready to do the C8 in a big volume. Initially, I thought that they were going to do a very small volume, and that's why we thought they were going to do, you know, C7 alongside it, just to build cars. Because General Motors need to build cars. But I think what we're seeing on the track, and is not what you're looking at, is not the final version. That's all I can say right now. So when that's revealed, I think you're going to see more opportunities for that car. I think whatever segment we're competing in right there with that mid-engine car, storage has been an issue. We'll beat everybody. I know we'll smoke everybody. Technology, fuel efficiency, you name it. It's going to be an incredible car. So stay tuned for all the details as we get them.
Cleveland Freeman says, I'm watching history in the making. The vet duo, Chuck and Connie.
Wow.
We got Jim, who's got an emoji of sunglasses. You know, hey, you know, Rick.
Hey Jim, how you doing, man? I can't do it, man. I just can't do it. I'll probably bump into a wall or something while I'm vlogging. I can't do that.
You know, and that's what's so great about YouTube too. And then doing these live streams, Rick, is you get to be engaged with these people.
This is fun, man.
I mean, firsthand.
Yeah,
I mean, you're seeing them, you're answering some questions. I love doing these. I haven't done one in a while, because usually if you're outside of Wi-Fi, it just doesn't look as great. Plus, there's some stuff there. Rick, I just purchased 2016 Stingray. Let's see, 18 Grand Sport. Go with Corsa. Oh, there's some other people answering other people's questions in here.
Okay, good. Thanks for that. Appreciate the help.
Gary, you know, Gary's going to answer some questions in here.
Fantastic.
It says, this is Alfredo. Now, Alfredo, you met him down in San Antonio. He's a gentleman that has a black Grand Sport. I met him. He actually had, on his Facebook, he's got a picture of me and you with him tied together. That's his backdrop page.
Oh, so, I gotta look at that. I'm gonna go, Alfredo.
But he says, are you keeping manual around for another generation? Do you think they're going to keep the manual around? I think the manual's probably done. I mean, I don't know. They have them in Ferraris. They have them in some other cars. The Audi R8 has a manual transmission. I just think with GM wanting to get to that electric, here in the next few years, really start putting that into their cars. You already see it in the Camaro with the 10-speed. Yeah. I think that Corvette really wants to get to that bigger gearbox, and the mid-engine platform is going to allow them to do some of that. Does it take away from the experience in some facets? Yes, but what are your thoughts on a possible manual in a C8?
Well, everything the last couple of years has been shocking to me how they've been just streamlining everything toward automatic. And let's face it, in ZR1, as you know, if you guys have a manual ZR1, I don't think you'll be able to outshift that automatic. That car is really, really fast. But just last night, and I didn't get a chance to read the whole article, so I apologize, I don't have the details, but my buddy's a Corvette blogger, put up information on a new patent that looks like GM is trying to develop, or has already, a manual for a possible mid-engine car. So they may be looking already to broaden stuff. But like I said in one of my previous videos, when you see some of this patent stuff come out, or you get information about engines that are coming out and they're confirmed and everyone gets excited, you're looking at stuff that's probably not 4, 5, 6 years down the road.
Yeah, there's a lot of, I think that the initial cars that are going to come out are probably going to be all automatic.
Absolutely, I think so. Yeah.
And so that was another big question that I've seen not only in Facebook and also on Instagram when it comes to the C8. And we're going to kind of slowly, we'll still answer some of your questions, but we're going to kind of get into some of the questions considered in the C8 because that's what everybody's all buzzed about. And that is, in that particular car, the different engine options. They heard your video, they've watched the video, and there's definitely a difference as they come by. There's one that sounds like an LT1 or a V8, and another one that sounds like some type of maybe twin turbo V6, something like that.
Yeah, it does.
So this first one coming out, this looks like it's going to be the Stingray version. The Coupe Stingray, or however they're going to do convertible, all that stuff. I think they're going to be having a convertible in it as well.
Yeah, I think so.
Are you seeing 2 engine options most likely in this first release?
Well, and I saw a rumor of 3 engine options, and I try to stay out of the rumors until I get confirmation, because it's real easy to get misconstrued and wrong information and making decisions on wrong information. So I haven't talked a lot about specifics because we simply don't have them. But I also mentioned in one of my previous videos, I thought we're all waiting for that progression, like Chuck said. Stingray, step up the Stingray, go into the Grand Sport, go into the Z06, waiting for that. So we all wait for that. GM knows that you guys wait for that. They even talked about it in a seminar 2 years ago, how they weren't really anticipating doing a Grand Sport, but everybody kept saying,
where's the Grand Sport?
Where's the Grand Sport? So they developed a Grand Sport, to have that same look of Z06. And the early intel that I had, and we talked about in a vlog on my channel, is that initially, because we didn't think of the big volumes, it was going to be the big daddy, was going to be that Corvette of a lifetime, was going to be that Zora car, would be that high horsepower car that you didn't expect, that you didn't wait for the progression, that here it was, and you're like, wow, I'd really like to have that, but man, I can't afford that. And then GM comes back just winning it, and then bam, 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 here come the volumes, a lower price level, and then everybody had an opportunity to be a part of it. So that was a way for them to kind of dangle the carrot. So now with what we're seeing on track, are they going to come and start with a regular progression, build a volume car, then build up to the high horsepower car? I think in my heart, I'd almost like to see a little spin doctor on this one, out of respect to Zora. Come shooting with the big daddy car first. That's what I'm saying. I mean, or do it alongside the one that's available. It's like, yes, I want a mid-engine car to be a part of this era of Corvette out of respect to Zora. And for the guys that buy the Zora car that track their cars and do that kind of thing, that's great, but you still have an opportunity, a good price point. Car and drivers alluded into the mid-50s and maybe into the low 70s to start, which is where we're at now. So, I mean, what a great value story. So it's going to be interesting to see what their approach is and where they want to launch it. And trust me, they're watching us right now, so I'm hoping that they're listening to that feedback. Come with the big daddy and come on, let's do both. Stop dangling this carrot all the time. It's like sometimes it just gets exhausting. It's like, come on, guys, let's just go.
At least for me, I would like to see it at least come out in at least the Z06 format. And maybe a Stingray, and then maybe the ZR1 does follow, because the ZR1 has just come out.
Right.
Know, in the C7.
Exactly.
So they don't want to grab too much thunder from the C7 king, and then boom, come out with it. But I think and I said this in one of my other videos, I think a lot of people are going to be shocked with what the value of this car is going to be.
Yeah, I agree.
I think this is going to be a car that they're going to, I think you're going to see it. I think if you're into a mid-engine car, I think this is going to be a car you have to see.
Yes.
This isn't going to be a car you're going to be able to see it on a YouTube video and say, I want to buy that. I think it's going to be something you're going to have to physically see with your own eyes. The biggest thing I ever get when people saw the ZR1 is, Chuck, this thing is more beautiful in person than I ever noticed in any of your videos. Your videos did it no justice. These videos do this C8 zero justice. I think when you see it in hand, you're able to get inside of it. I think GM is going to be doing something with the seats. We've already seen some snapshots with the steering wheel.
Yes.
I think there's going to be a supercar feel to this.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited about it. I'm excited about seeing this car. And let's see, we'll get back to
We
another.
got some questions in there.
Yes.
He's right about seeing the car, guys. I mean, even for the C7, it's hard. I really take a lot of pride in the pictures I take of the vehicles that I represent online for retail. But when you guys see it in person, I point out to you that top fender, how it's flat and it's very sculpted, very chiseled. A lot of you never, and they look at it, oh yeah, and it really adds to the elegance of this car and the boldness. But you see that flat fender, and then that seam goes all the way down, around on the front nose. I mean, and those seams are there for a reason. Everything is purpose built for aerodynamics. So it's a beautiful car, the C7, just beautiful, and it's going to be the same thing for C8. You'll have to see that thing in person.
Now, this is somebody I think you know, Totally Live Victory TV.
Oh yes,
Yes.
yeah, Barrington. How you doing, sir?
His question is CA. It says, do you see Corvette expanding the brand like Porsche, different models, SUV, etc.?
Yes, I do.
You see them doing that?
Well,
Okay.
I say that so quickly only because I've thought about this for over 10 years. Where when I first talked about it on my regular Corvette Conti site, I got just blasted. But and all I was thinking is to try and protect the brand to keep us healthy for the future. I mean, how long can you build just a two-seater car? So Porsche just got annihilated when they did it. But you got to kind of follow in their footsteps, because now they're selling more of the four-door cars and the sport utility cars. And for folks that live in the climate that I live in, not like him, but would live in the climate I live in, I mean, who wouldn't want to drive a sport utility for your family that looks like a Corvette? It's like, yeah, man, bring it on. Like I said, we're in a new era. I think something like that is coming, maybe a little bit later down the road, but I think it's coming. Yeah, I think it has to.
I think if they want to bring in more people into the brand, having more options is always, can you have too many options? Yeah, you don't want to get to where you walk in and there's 40 different ones you have to choose from. But at the same time, wouldn't it be cool to have in your garage your Z06 and then out in the driveway to go take the Corvette, whatever it's called?
Yeah,
So you got a year-round Corvette, basically, that you can drive.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm open to that, definitely.
Yes, sir.
Let's see here.
I need to make a Corvette Suburban so I can put all the kids in. What was the roll?
In for a ride, he says, going to be a great day. Just woke up, Rick and Chuck on YouTube. Hey, this is what
Welcome,
we're doing.
guys.
Okay,
Welcome.
so we've got, where you're from, it's an hour ahead of here. Well, we got a clock right here. So it's like 11:20 your time.
Yes.
And then we've got a lot of our friends we got a lot of people in California who watch this channel.
Good morning.
And so Rick, Rick, and that's going to be a question I'm going to ask here in a second. Rick will ship anywhere.
Yes.
In the U.S.
Yes, sir.
As far as that's a big question I've also got. Matter of fact, we'll just answer it now. What is, if someone was to buy a Corvette from you, what is the kind of average turnaround time that once they bought it that they could have it shipped to them? That's a big question.
I tell all my customers, and we've talked about this before too, and I understand, once you pay for the car and everything starts rolling here, you want it right now, but there's some value in doing it right. So I ask you guys to be patient. The shipping industry is going through a little bit of changes, more of a shortage of drivers. But the timeline is usually a 7 to 14 day timeline on average, depending on the time of the year. You run into times where you're around Bear Jackson, that gets a little weird because they're all locked up on that, so, and that's understandable. And there's other companies that will ship immediate, but you gotta be careful. It shows up at your doorstep.
You may have cracked fenders, you may have all kinds, you may have a front splitter.
To ship Corvette. No, you go out, Peter. And I've had that. Oh, my scared the daylights out of me. That's when you guys, I went on this. He said he could pick it up tomorrow. I don't understand what you mean, Rick. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
Be careful, I mean, I had one guy show me a duct tape over the fender well. So I'm like, I called up the guy and said, I don't know about this.
And they start strapping it in the wheel well. You're just going to get it and it's going to be, the wheels are going to be bent. There's going to be all kinds of stuff.
So I use just over the 20 some years I've been doing this, I used probably just five different shippers based on schedule. The goal is always to get it to you guys as quick as possible. Get it to you right. Ship it enclosed. To save a couple $100 makes no sense to send it open. That's silly.
Yes.
Do it right. If your schedule doesn't permit you to come and see us, that's fine. I get that. I would love to meet you. But if it doesn't, you've already spent good money on the car. Spend the extra money to do it right. Have it delivered to the house. I clean it. Have it full of gas. Have a temp tag on. You know, when curious car comes to you. Plastic stays on the driver's seat. You know, for the in and out and protect that. Plastic goes over the.
And if you don't want him to wash it, they won't wash it.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that too.
I told Rick. I said, Rick, I said, don't touch it. He goes, well, how am I going to load it? You know,
the guy shows up and he goes, "This car's dirty." I said, "I know," and he knows too. I said, "That's how we wanted it. Just leave it. Be careful you don't rub it in any dirt."
Yeah, exactly. But he had an interesting way of putting it on there. If you guys haven't seen that video, I'm going to have it linked below. Believe me, you'll be laughing.
Is that the one I did?
Yes. You have to see this. It's pretty cool. But I'll go back and find that video. I'll link it below for all the people watching this afterwards. Yes, that was hilarious. Again, the internet has made everything so simple. You can now, he has an awesome website. Is there a website on here?
Yes. CorvetteConti.com.
CorvetteConti.com. All his inventory is on there. A lot of times when he's got sales, they're on there. Whenever, a lot of times you have some pricing in there, so people can see what things are.
Stuff I got ordered.
Yes. So if he's got like the whole trailer load of Elkhart Blue,
oh yeah, they're on there.
They're already there. So if you want to buy, I even see a manual in there.
Yes, there is.
Oh, you're looking for a manual. I know a lot of people are saying, Chuck, I want a manual. I can't find
it.
When
I order these cars, I think about you guys. When I order these cars, it's not just, some guys that order these cars, it's like I have a buddy in the business. It was a good friend of mine, and is still a good friend of mine. What an idiot, talking past tense. So he calls me up the other day, and he's having difficulty in the dealership because he's trying to order as Corvette enthusiasts would order the car, and I get it. And his owner come up to him, he says, "That's not how we do it. We order red, black, and silver. I'm going to sit you down and I'm going to show you how to order a Corvette." I'm like, oh my God. I told him, I said, "Get out of there."
And that's one thing with Rick. So many of you guys have reached out to me because, here on this channel, I've sent you to Rick. I said, man, if you want to buy a Corvette, go to him. And people, a lot of the feedback I get, Rick, is the time that you spent with them on the phone. And you guys have went over, literally, I guess you're in front of the computer and we're looking at, do you want carbon fiber steering wheel? Do you want, carbon fiber splitter? Or do you want it? But you go over it, then you also give recommendations because you build so many of these. Because so many people, when they buy one, they want to buy one, but it's like, well, which one do I buy? What's going to look good with one? Am I going to be able to have resale value with it? Because a lot of these things, yes, you want to make them your own, but at the same time, what's a smart thing one thing about Rick is he'll help you take your money further. Because there's some things that you can do afterwards. There's some things that you can do before if you want to. But if you've got a budget, Rick, whether it's a nice used one or whether it's one that you're wanting to order or get, that's where he was, he was great with me. I sent him a text, said, "Rick, I want this car." I had the paperwork. I was like, yeah, but the paperwork the next day.
But wait a minute, let me tell you the text message.
Oh, wait, yeah.
Mr. Cutie Pie over here. Hey, Rick, what ground effects are on that? Yeah, so I'm taking some pictures. Just got the car in on the Grand Sport Collection Edition he bought for Gary, and he says, "Well, what level is this and what's this?" And he's going back and forth with me. He goes, "I have somebody who might be interested in it." So a couple of days go past, I answer all the questions, and shoot him a couple of pictures so you can see what's on the car, and then he calls me and says, "Okay, I'm going to take it." I said, "Take what?" He goes, "Grand." I go, "What?" He goes, "It's for me." I said, "What are you talking about?" It was hilarious. But when you guys are ordering cars, many times you'll do the Chevy build thing, and it's better than it has been, but there's still some shortcomings in it.
Yeah.
Like I had one guy the other day was ordering a Grand Sport, and he wanted to order the Jake air intake. He goes, "I'm getting that 17 horsepower." I said, "Not in that car, you're not." He goes, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Didn't you read the up to? It's on ZR1. He goes, "Oh," he goes, "I'll forget it then. I'm going to spend $700 on that." And I'll look at little things like your emblems and your dash outlay, seatbelt color, stitching, wheels, calipers, all that stuff. So you have an envision of how you want your car to look. We don't want to blow this. So when the car shows up, whether you're at the dealership or it shows up in your driveway, you're like, "Yeah, no, that's That's my car. And that's, so I really do, and I appreciate you acknowledging that, because I take great pride in taking the time with you guys to help build that up, or even just help you understand the options that I chose on a car you're looking at in stock. Everything is purpose-built and picked for a reason. Hopefully it's for you.
Yeah, because there's some things that you can override when you're ordering something that you can't do on their website.
Right.
So you may see something and go, well, you know, it's telling you got to take away this to get this. Carbon ceramics is a big thing now. You know, GM has heard the cry of Corvette Nation and said, we don't want the Cup 2 tires. We don't want the Z07s. You know, we want the carbon ceramics. Well, now you can do that.
Yes.
And so that's what's been, you know, a lot of people have said, Chuck, you know, I want those carbon ceramics, but I don't want all this other stuff.
Right.
And so now they're able to do that. And that's something that you can't do on the website.
Correct.
It makes you buy the Z07 package.
Yeah, correct, it does. You're right, he's right. So try and give you that flexibility, give you guys some ideas. I never want to offend you on how you build the car. I just want to make suggestions, and maybe you'll say, oh wow, I never thought about that. Okay, great, that's a good idea. And then we move forward and have some fun and enjoy the car.
And it's all about the car.
Absolutely.
It's about, you know, so many of you guys have said, Chuck, you know, I've been waiting for 15 years to buy this car. Some of you have owned 20 of them. But there's a lot of people, they've never owned one.
Right.
And they're like, Chuck, this is the first one, and man, I'm going to spend $60,000, $70,000. You know, because I have people all the time, Chuck, should I do this, or should I get this, or should I get? And all I can give them is my experience, and that's what I've always tried to do here for the last, you know, 2.5 years. I've been doing videos.
And I think the advice he's given you guys on the channel is, and that's one of the things that gravitated me to his channel, and it's so unique that we're here. But I love the advice he's given you guys from the car, from the driving, from the options, from the different models, from the cleaning. It's like, wow. So great advice. I think you've just done a wonderful job on that for the community, from a guy that owns the car just like you. And I get that. So it's neat to kind of intertwine the retail stuff with what you're doing.
Exactly. And that's why, you know, if you are brand new, maybe this is the first time you've ever stopped by the channel, you're saying, who are these guys? You don't even know who what's this guy's YouTube channel? It said right here. You know, you know, there's a whole bunch of videos. I think I have over 180 videos, and those videos are there for you guys. They're a time capsule for me, so when I'm older I can go back and check out, look at these cars I had.
Yeah.
But it's also there for people who are, maybe you're wanting to put up your 360 Max and you want to, how do I, you know, tack this into my rearview mirror? I've got a video out there showing how to do it. Maybe you want a ceramic, you know, you went somewhere and they said it's going to cost you $2,000 to put a ceramic coating on your car. No, it doesn't. I've got videos that show you how to do it.
$2,000. I got guys telling them it's 4 or 6.
So it's
like, what?
There's when you get these cars, it's so the first thing we want to do is we want to protect it.
Yes.
You know, we want to get it, and we want to. You know, I've seen people leave years ago. The whole front of it's blue. You got, you know, they got painter's tape all over. I mean, there's, you know, we get this thing, and it's like we've got this child. Right. You know, when you left the hospital, it's like, Chuck, what do I do with this child? You know, it's like I've never had a Corvette before, and that's where, you know, being a part of Rick's channel, seeing his videos, and when he comes out with different things, you've got Chuck, who's awesome, you know, one of his guys that does all the prepping and different things, works on Corvettes.
Yes.
You'll see some content on his channel, oil changes, you know, whether it's, you know, different things that, you know, that you need to know as a Corvette owner. Rick shares that type of information. It's not just about, hey, these are cars that I have to sell. It's also showing you how to maintain them, how to, you know, some different things that come out, you know, whether it's the new GM's, you know, Mag Ride upgrade that was $350. A lot of people want to know, was it worth it? You know, different things like that. So, you know, again, he is a huge resource to you as a potential Corvette owner, as a current Corvette owner, or maybe just someone who just likes Corvettes, but maybe you're never going to own one. You know,
we got a lot of people like that watch the channel that just love cool cars. They get inspired by seeing what we do and the interaction we have with the people that we meet, and it gets you guys motivated. And you know, one day you'll be a part of all this, but right now you're watching, so you are a part of it. And it's neat to share that. It really is.
It is, yes. Yeah. And because people all the time, they'll tell me, hey Chuck, this is how I would spec my Z06. I can't afford one, but this is how I would do it. You know,
yeah, they go in the configuration and start
and they've got a picture of it, and that's great. That's awesome to do.
That's good.
All right, we've let a lot of, let's see here.
Yeah, we haven't done a lot of questions. Sorry about that.
How many people have we ran off everybody yet? No, there's still 150 people. Let's see.
In there. Sorry, guys. We'll try and knock out some of these questions. I'll let him choose what are going to be more pertinent for us right now. But there's a lot. Oh my gosh, there's a lot. That just means you guys are engaged too, and you're enjoying what we're doing, and that means a lot to both of us. It really does.
Jim says this. He says basically, if he was to buy a Corvette from me, would it be crazy to drive a new Corvette back to California?
Absolutely not.
A lot of people. You have people come pick up your cars, come pick up their car and drive it all over the place.
Well, you know, buying a Corvette's an event. You guys already know that. So for folks that have come to us from California, either they have friends or relatives from their growing up back this part of the country or in the Midwest. The other neat thing is I encourage all of you on your way back. I mean, how could you be in a hurry to get back from Ohio to California? Take your time, enjoy it. So go down to the National Corvette Museum before you head home. And a lot of you folks take advantage of that. And they do the protection, either a clear bra or they're going to do the painter's tape, what have you. But it's the experience. And it really gets you an opportunity to get adequate with the car on that drive home. And then many times over, I'll set up knowing where you guys are going. I'll find out where you're going for, if you're one of the vehicles that need the 500-mile oil change, I'll call that dealership and I'll set that up for you before you even leave. Make sure you're all set. So you got your route plan. Okay, you're going to go here on Tuesday, blah, 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 and done. So again, it's just a nice, enjoyable trip. And that's what I want you guys to do. So I would love for you to come from California.
Yeah, and he just mentioned that's another thing that I get a lot of questions about. People wanted to know, you know, is it mandatory? Because I had one guy that said his dealer said, oh, you don't have to have an oil change at 500 miles. I'm going to tell you right now, if someone's telling you that, number one, that's not where you need to buy your Corvette. They probably only had one on their dealership anyway. But yes, no, that is a must to get that out.
Yeah.
You want to change that out because if there's any through the engine build, any fragments or anything like that that may be in any of the heads or anything like that, that gets caught up into that oil filter. You want to get that out. You don't want to get new oil going in. And so, of course, GM now has the new oil, the 1040.
Yeah. Zero W40.
0W40.
Yep.
And that's good. Is that now older C7s? Can they put that in there? So that's in all the Corvettes.
Yeah, for once in a while, it's nice that stuff is backward compatible. So often you'll see the next thing come out in the following year, and you're like, oh, I'd like to have that. I'd like to get that. Oh, but sorry, you can't get that. You know, so that type of technology, yes, is backward compatible. You even mentioned the magnetic ride control. I filmed a vlog I hadn't shared with you guys yet because I knew I was coming to see Chuck. I got a couple other things coming up for you on my channel, but I had an opportunity to spend some time with Matt. You're gonna love this. This techie guy. Oh man, I'll put you two up together. You guys are gonna need a week. These guys can come for a week. Wow, I had a blast. So Matt was our first customer that did the magnetic ride control.
Oh, okay.
And really attested, says, yeah, you're right. Gary, you're watching right now on the live stream. He was watching a video on the way to the dealership to do an oil change. He says, oh, well, I'm here. Let me do that update. And he got back a couple hours north, and he says, well, you were right. This really made a big difference. Just enhances that touring, enhances that sport. I personally don't drive in the TR track. I just don't. And unless you're that level of experience or get into the PTM, I just don't, and I encourage you guys not to unless you know what you're doing, or you're going to end up like the gentleman from General Motors at the Grand Prix race. There's no reason to be in the TR track unless you're really competing at that level. The sport mode is going to do all you need to do to give you some assistance, but give you a little extra stiffness in the steering, a little stiffness in the suspension. And, for going through mountains, if you do the tail of the dragon and that kind of thing. But I do, unless I'm stuck in the weather, I'll do the weather mode. Of course, you don't have that on ZR1, but I do touring or sport when I'm driving. That's all I do.
We got a question from, let's see.
It's weird because I feel like I've known him forever now because we're here. This is like so cool, you guys.
This is Chuck. Okay, this is Bag Peddler. He says, Chuck and Rick, he says, what do you guys think will be the evolution of models over how many years for the C8? Base, C51, Grand Sport,
we kind of talked about that
yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah, we kind of mentioned that a little bit earlier there, sir. Let's see.
Sorry, we're just trying to get to some other questions, but we did kind of talk about that and ideas on the progression of the models and things like that. And it is going to be a process, I think. I want the Big Daddy to come out first, and he says, no, let's step it up and then lead up to it. So that's probably going to be the case because GM's going to look at volumes on that C8 car. Will they have other models within that because now you're into the mid-engine era? I don't know if you're really going to have that many different models, Stingray, C51, Grand Sport. I don't know if you'll have that kind of stuff.
Okay, Henry says this from Facebook. Actually, this is from Instagram. He says, I'm a subscriber to both channels. So he watches both channels.
Awesome.
He says, I look forward to a new video. I look forward to the videos every week. He says, I currently own a C6 Coupe, but I have a strong interest in a C7 Stingray 3LT or Grand Sport. Other than the wide body, is there very much difference between the two models as a 3LT by the mag ride is a total must. So basically what he's saying, he's wanting to go in, he's a C6 owner now, which is very common out there. Many of you guys have that, and now you're looking to buy a C7. Is there a big difference between a Stingray and a Grand Sport other than how wide the body is?
I mean, but just from the driving experience is going to be different because of the wide body. And he mentions 3LT, and a lot of people look at 3LT, and I think sometimes if you're a little flexible, I know from the retail side, I'm doing a lot more 2LTs.
Right.
GM selling a lot more 2LTs, and you can add the navigation so you have the content that you get within a 3LT. You save a little bit of money, and you have some enjoyment because let's face it, you're not going to have these things forever. Maybe you're looking to get in another one, but you go from a regular Stingray to the Grand Sport and that wide body. If you're on those roads that have those little dips from trucks and stuff like that, in the Grand Sport Z06, what have you, you're going to feel a little of that. So just be cautious on that. So it's a really different driving experience. And I guess if you're looking for a little more responsiveness, if you're looking for maybe just a little bit more aggressiveness, but yet still a comfortable ride, that's what you're going to get out of Grand Sport.
Okay. Yeah, that's a big thing is people, there's some people that like that purist of that, that pace car look.
Yeah.
And I know this year, I guess it was last year where they went to the 20s. Yeah. And people are the 19s and 20s, and
Yes,
people are like, whoa, yeah. And so they kind of making you go a little bit wider, even
when they do stuff like that from the retail side, when they do stuff like that, that tells me, as I've seen over the years, that the car's just about done because they start streamlining stuff, trying to simplify stuff for their production. The end is near, so when I see stuff like that, I know what's going on. So I just a little of my mindset to share with you guys. I pay attention to that stuff.
This one gentleman here says, this is RN Blaze. How long does it take from the time you're allowed to put your order in for ZR1 until you actually hit your showroom? That right there, I tell you, what in my experience was totally different. My order went in December, and I had it the third week, or mine was built the third week. It was the number 49 car.
Right.
And so I got mine relatively quick, and that's what a lot of people saw on this channel. And many of you guys rushed out to get a ZR1. You found a dealership with an allocation. You got it, and you're still waiting. I mean, there's guys who have had allocations. It's still sitting at 1100. It's been accepted, it's there, but they're just like, when's it going to happen? Their dealerships can't tell them anything.
Right.
The thing is with this car, it's got so much carbon fiber on it, and it is such one of these cars that they're just, Kyle Spandy said before we even start building this, we're looking at 200 a month,
right,
if that.
Right.
What we're seeing now is less than 200.
Less than 200.
It's
right.
less than 200.
Yeah.
So even though you have that allocation, it's something that you're going to have to wait on. I mean,
there's no doubt about it.
It's some people are getting them, and you're like, why'd that guy get his, and I haven't got mine?
Oh
and
my gosh.
the questions come in. They were limited in how many they gave out as allocations based upon what Z06 sells.
Yeah, they're still building off that allocation. So people think it's like, oh, can you still put an order in? I mean, they gave us a letter last November, so I'm still placing orders based on that to the people that we committed to. So some people are like, oh, I'm going to wait for this now. Hey, no problem. I got people waiting a week for that car, it's fine. But the ZR1 distribution part from the retail is totally different. We don't control it. GM says, here, you have a ZR1 to order. Oh, okay. It's their discretion based on production and how it's progressing. If you order a Stingray Grand Sport Z06, I can order that thing today, and I bet I can hit it within 5 days and when it hits the lot, because I can control the release and distribution of that. ZR1, it's tough. Now, I talked about this on my channel, I had a ZR1 for a gentleman in Texas. It was released, actually not just ordered, but actually took the allocation, and GM said, here, we want to build this car. They took that at the end of July. This car's not getting built until the end of October.
Oh, wow.
And then when they're built, the ZR1 seemed to be sitting at Bowling Green a little bit longer. So, when he flipped to a museum delivery and he says, what do you think I'm going to get my car? I said, because you're doing museum delivery, I think you're a good chance of getting it before Thanksgiving. He's like, are you kidding me? It's like, they're 2, 3, 4 weeks before they ship to the dealership. So it is a process. You have to be patient. I guess if a dealership tells you you are getting one, that's the win. So sit back and just wait for the ride, baby.
Exactly, and that's the thing right there. But then you've also got some people have had dealerships. Oh yeah, we have them, and they're taking deposits, and yet they're just hoping you're going to get one.
That's unfortunate.
Because a lot of dealerships will actually put the order in, hoping that GM will accept it.
Right.
And it's just going to sit there.
And that's wrong. Yeah. If they send you a letter and say you get 3 and you ordered 4, shame on you.
Yeah. They're just not going to be there. Let's see.
Hopefully that answered that question.
we already answered that one.
Lots of mid-engine questions out there.
Oh,
you
here's
guys.
another one. Do you think GM will fulfill all ZR1 allocations? This is kind of in lockstep with this, but do you think they'll fulfill all the ZR1 allocation orders this calendar year? With it being a 2019 ZR1, do you think all the allocations that they were going to promote or that they gave out are going to be, cars will be built this
Well,
year?
not in the calendar year. The production information that we got last November said this is your number of ZR1s that we're going to allocate to you within one. So they could pull one away or add one, all right? Depends on how production goes. Right now it's not looking good, but that was from March until March. So they're planning right now, as we know it and communicated, through March is when we're going to see that car built. And I'm so nervous. I have one guy that says, here, I want to get the very last allocation of yours that we committed a spot to. And I talked to him just recently, and I said, here, we may want to try and move you around if we can, because that last one may not be there. So there's some inconsistency with the lack of volume, and I think that from you talk about on your channel, I've talked about, I think they are ready to move forward with C8. So we're right on the edge of this thing. And we'll get more into some ideas on that toward the end of the video, as Chuck was talking about. But hopefully that answers that question.
Let's see. Let's back over here to. Oh well, they've already.
Again, I apologize if we're not getting to all the questions, but for you guys to submit all these is really, really incredible. So thank you for that. I guess it's probably good we're doing this on the weekend, because this would never fly during a weekday. People would
be in trouble at work, because they'd be sitting there looking at.
Where's Jim at? He went to lunch. That was 2 hours ago. I think he's sitting in his car watching some YouTube or something. Don't get in here.
Peter Carey has stopped by. Pete has been he's been one of my subscribers. He's the one that really got me thinking of this as a family. And calling you guys family members. You guys, after this was a couple of years ago, and I thought, Chuck, I'm so glad I'm a part of your family. And when he said that, I was like, that's right. This is a family. You're not just a subscriber. You're someone that, people know on my channel, and it takes a while. I almost respond to almost every comment. Yeah. And sometimes there's 100 comments.
Oh, yes.
And I will literally sit in a chair and for an hour just read your comments and answer them. And answer your emails, things like that, because that's one thing I know that Rick does as well. And we have lives outside of YouTube. YouTube is does take a lot of our.
You do?
Well, I do anyway, Rick. You guys know I play a lot of golf, so it does take away from that. But I have spent my over the progression of my channel, you've seen the editing change.
Yes.
Where there was a whole lot more going on. There were like, as my wife goes, Chuck. Where are you going? I go, I'm still going upstairs to edit. She goes, well, I'll see you tomorrow.
She's right.
So I wanted to start creating YouTube is, it's a great way for us to express the things that we like, whether maybe you have a YouTube channel. But there is so much work that does go into it. But for me, it was all about putting out something. Whether most of my videos are like 10 or 12 months. Well, how long is this live stream now? An hour? Oh my God.
And we're not even close to being done.
We may break YouTube. YouTube may go, what are these crazy guys doing? They're killing our airtime. Cut them. But, most of my videos are about, 12 to 15 minutes. 12 to 15 minutes long. Some of you are just vegged out.
You knew this was going to be a little bit longer.
Well, people are going to see this in the thumbnail later on and go,
I'm not watching
hour and a half?
I'm not watching that. So if you're bored, watch us.
Hey, if you can't sleep, just watch us, and it will help put you to sleep.
Oh my gosh!
But what a great time! This is, this is. I'm having a blast.
I am too. And some of my videos have run longer of late, and it's neat for the people that I actually film that are excited to be on the channel. And if I don't get it up right away, they're calling. They're like, "Hey, when's my episode going on?" So for me, being a retailer and an enthusiast of this car, I've got so much to share and so much content that. Yeah, we got a lot coming for you guys. So thanks for all the support that you've given me over just a couple of years of me doing vlogging stuff. So it's nice, man.
Brenda and his wife said they just subscribed to your channel.
All right.
So Brenda, well, you're gonna enjoy the content. If you watch Rick's channel, one thing you'll notice he smiles a lot, he laughs a lot.
Yeah.
Hey, when you come to his channel, he makes Corvette. It's fun. It's not one of those things where it's just. Hello, everybody. I'm here to show you this brand
Or how about
new-
the guys here? Let me just read the stuff to you. I'm not illiterate. I don't need you to read me a window sticker. I mean, do you have an opinion? It's like, come on. And actually, speaking of something fun, I was running late because we talked at the beginning of this video that I was behind, and there was a little bit I was going to do for my actual vlog beyond the live stream for him because I wanted to get his chuckles going early. But we didn't get a chance to do that, but I'm going to do that. So. Yeah, if I can just make you guys smile, maybe it's a memory that we're sharing, a customer that we're sharing, or something goofy that I'm doing. That's the goal, because that's what this car does. When you're walking up to it and you just start smiling, say, I'm getting in my Corvette. Yeah, that's what it's about. So I'm really privileged, and I'm just really proud to have the opportunity to be with you guys. I really am.
Okay, let's go to. This is hi Chud, good to see you guys. That's Randy Phillips. We'll give a few people shout outs here.
All right, Randy.
Joseph Huber says
Randy's a Cincinnati cop. Be nice to him.
Oh, okay. What? Oh, yes. I know. Okay, I know who he is now. He actually sent me a text where he asked me, said, "Hey, can you text me?" I texted him and go, "Can I call you right back? I've got to turn my light. I've got to go get somebody."
You never know what's going to happen.
You never know what's going to happen.
Right.
So he was going to go catch a bad guy. We've already answered that one.
I am digging this live stream. I'm going to have to do it. But I promise mine won't be an hour long.
Yes, Wally McMillan says both of you guys are great.
Yeah, Wally, all right. San
Provide
Antonio.
lots of info. Let's see, we've got Steve Kearns. This isn't a chat. This is an experience. So he's enjoying it.
It is.
We've got Peter. He says, what's your take on GM's filing for a patent on electric clutch? Possibly in preparation of a mid-engine manual.
That's what we were talking about.
That's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
We actually, he said he was a little late getting in. So
yeah,
we talked about patents that come through. Like Rick said, those are usually for years in advance.
Sure.
It's just something that they're thinking about. So it says give Rodney Owens. He's been a member of the channel. He wanted to give me a shout. He goes, "Hey guys, give me a shout out." There you go, Ronnie.
All right, Rodney.
Nash Ramber says he says he's here. I'm trying to watch these. I'm going to try to answer these real time.
So this live stream stuff, all the comments that these guys are making, because there's a lot of stuff that we're not able to share. Will it be there?
It will be there, and that's new for YouTube.
Okay,
that's what's
cool.
nice about it.
That's
Is
cool.
It used to not be. It used to be if you did this, whenever you got through your YouTube, all this was gone. But no, all of these stay behind. So people who are actually watching this in the playback, they're watching these guys their comments real time.
Okay,
pop
good.
up through there.
Fantastic.
Let's see. Me and my wife always enjoy watching you guys. Always put a smile on our face.
Thank you. One of the things I talked about that I'm going to do is going to try to make them laugh. You're going to like, why did you use a pink purse?
Pink purse. That. This guy's mind, I'm telling you, it turns. It's too far out there for me. The things that he comes up with, my mind just doesn't work that way.
I'm glad you enjoy it. I guess.
Let's switch over.
Goodness. Yeah, she had some Facebook stuff, and I think he had some Instagram stuff as well.
Okay, what car? This is from Chris from Kansas City. He says, "This is both of you guys. What car gets you excited that's not a Corvette?"
Wow, that's a heck of a question. I'll let you go first. This is your channel, maybe.
Look at it. Yeah, he's got to come up with something there. I would probably say for me, if it wasn't a Corvette, I would probably go with a Porsche GT3 RS would be mine. That wing on the back, it's a track car. It's quick. I would probably say, but again, that's a $220,000 car used, so I'm probably thinking everything one of those. But I would probably say outside of that, something that GM makes, probably the Camaro ZL1, probably 1LE. But now the ACS Composite, which is a really good friend of this channel, Rick.
Yes.
Guys are watching who sell, a lot of aero packages for not only Corvette, but also Camaro, a lot of the Chevy products. They've come out with all the aero now that you can get on the ZL1 LE. Now you can put it on your ZL1 and get a great ride. Because the 1LE will beat you. There is no mag ride in that thing. In Oklahoma, you've been doing this all the time. You don't need to go to the gym. Just hold on and take a ride in that thing. You'll be sore when you get out.
Your ab workout.
You ever see that thing go like this? You're working. That's what the ZL1 1LE will do. But I do really like the Camaro. Now, am I a big fan of the new Camaro? I'm like, this is the Camaro. channel. So
Right. So there you go.
Yeah, we're gonna leave it at that. So okay, but for you, Rick, not a Corvette, what would be the car that you would want to have?
Well, and you know, I would probably look at something in a Porsche derivative. Because when I was a kid, I loved Corvettes, but I would always love those wide-body Porsches with the big whale tail out the back. So yeah, I would look at something in a Porsche, you know. And then, you know, and I love the Chevy product right now. The new Traverse is fantastic. I would love to get that, but I have a Suburban for the kids, so I love the big truck. Big truck. Sorry. I was trying not to say that. It's from an older video, and it just came out. I hear big truck.
Well, not like a big truck. You had a truck on your channel that was like engulfed in the Bedliners product. I've never seen that. You remember that?
One.
Yeah,
oh
the
my
Linux,
God.
yes.
That was
yes.
crazy. But yeah, it would be something that wouldn't be a GM product. I would definitely go to Porsche first. There's no doubt about it. But you know, I own the Suburban, which I love that vehicle, and it does everything I need to do, and it looks fantastic. I love looking at that big truck in the driveway.
Okay, Jose says this. He says, how many pre-owned C7s do you typically have on your dealership?
Not a lot right now. This is the time of the year in our climate that we're not taking in a lot of trades, although I do take in trades out of state, in state. You know, and if you guys, I have a couple of guys I talked to in Washington State. We do a lot of business out there too, and have trade-ins. Now, that's very expensive to ship the trade back to Ohio if you're not bringing it. So I'll at least give you an idea what the trade is, give you some ideas how you can help liquidate that and get some cash out of it locally and save the money shipping. So we can do that a number of different ways. But this time of the year, people, you know, don't tend to trade as much. So my used market is totally different, but I always stay busy with new. Except for that, you know, around Christmas, New Year's, it's a little quiet. But other than that, I don't care if there's 10 feet of snow on the ground. We're busy every day for new. So there's really two different mindsets and two different markets. And I think also, too, right now, things are slowing down just a little bit. Guys are waiting to see what's going to happen with the C8. So you've got a divided marketplace right now. That's a little bit of what I wanted to talk about in regards to that.
And one thing with Rick, what's great about it, if you go to a dealership, a lot of times they want you to buy what they have on site.
Yes.
And so what's great about Rick, let's say you look at his inventory, it just doesn't have what you're looking for. He's just as excited to build one for you.
Sure.
As he is to you buy one off his lot.
Most
and that's where you won't find a lot of salesmen out there. They want to try to sell you what's on their lot and all of these type of things. But he's, you know, Rick, again, he wants you to have the experience of your life.
Absolutely.
What does he say?
Right.
Stop dreaming.
Start driving.
I mean, that's what you're known for.
Thanks, man.
You know, and there's a lot of people out there that because of YouTube have quit dreaming.
Yeah.
And they've started driving.
That's great.
Because they've seen what this car is like. You know, that's one thing here on this channel. I've tried to take you on as many Corvettes events that I go to so that you can see these cars. You know, I'm the only guy that shows up. My vet club, here I am showing up in a brand new ZR1, and it's got 9 cameras on it. They're like, what? They know that's Chuck. But, you know, I do that so that you can see these cars in motion.
Yes.
It's one thing to go to a car show and look at it. How cool is it to watch them while they're driving?
No doubt about it.
And that type of action there. And that's something that so many of you guys have wanted to get involved with your local Corvette chapter because not only are they great with charities and they're doing things in their community, but it's also just a great time to get together with 50 Corvettes and just go cruising down the highway.
Absolutely.
Nothing like it. I mean, you can own one and that's great, but there's nothing like driving with other people.
And you said it in one of your videos too that you went out somewhere, and I love that the togetherness that car generates. But together, you guys end up going places that usually you wouldn't think about going. That you wouldn't just go hop in a car, grab your wife and your kid, and just, hey, let's go down here. But as a group, you're going down there. You discover that, and then it's something you end up sharing personally with your family. So it really helps generate a lot of neat things for, you know, not just the car. So and it's helped me too in my travels for retail. I went places around the country that I never really just hop on a plane and go, but I've learned about stuff I had to go to for training, Spring Mountain, which I can't wait to go back there. But it's been exciting for me, so it's neat what this car does to you, no doubt about it.
So Rick, and is there anything that you want to say to the audience that's here, that's going to be watching in the future?
Well, I'll real quick, I'll talk about the marketplace because
Okay.
I want to get off that, and God bless you for that. His support is just unbelievable. But I think you've got, people are more geared into these type of channels, yours and mine, because we're giving you honest feedback. We're giving you reactions from ourselves as enthusiasts, retailer that loves the car, cares about the car, cares about the future of the car. So we're really dialed into that. But you've got two different marketplaces right now. I just had a guy come in from Virginia and bought a car that he has a 16 Z06 and was the guy, and he's still waiting in the wings for a C8. But he's like, you know what, I don't know if I want to gamble with that first year car. I want to wait and see what this is all about. And that's going to be another, you know, even if they announce the car today, it's another year before any of you are driving it. Where he's looking at in his car, he likes to stay under the warranty. He says, here, I can take advantage of one of these great deals you got right now. I can have that car for another 2-3 years, and then I'm in a great position. Everything's well known, developed, processing on the C8. So you've got guys that are waiting for the C8, and the other guys that say, hey, you know what? I got a 14, 15, 16, I got a 12, I got a 13. Let me jump into something and enjoy it for a couple, 3 years, be covered under the warranty, and then jump into C8. So you've got very divided marketplaces right now. So it's keeping us extremely busy on both platforms.
Yes, and that's the big thing is, you know, I think with people waiting, and that's a big question they have is, you know, should I wait? And the thing is if, you know, if you don't have a Corvette now, but you're just wanting to itch to get one, the deals that you can get on these C7s is amazing. And again, I think having that car, if you were wanting to wait a year or two, maybe you're wanting to buy one, you want, you know, maybe you're going to contact Rick next week and say, Rick, you know, now Rick's not taking your money, he's not taking deposits, he's not doing any of those things, but I'm sure you'll somehow put them on an email chain or something like that where you can communicate with those as people who are wanting to get those. But, you know, definitely, you know, jump into a C7 and enjoy it like that gentleman did for a few years.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Because it's got, you know, one thing a lot of people don't realize is when you get into the C7 Corvette, if you haven't gotten into one, how they redesign that from the C6. It's a total driver's experience. It's not made for the passenger anymore.
No, not
because
at all.
everything is just moved and turned towards you as the driver. Infotainment system.
It's a blast.
Everything.
I love it.
And there's nothing like, you know, now I've owned, you know, well, my wife's, but I was, you know, everybody says that wasn't your wife's job. Did you ever see me driving that car? No, I did. A few times.
I saw your wife in it a couple of times, but that's all right.
But after owning,
that was a pretty car.
Yes, and after owning 3 of them, I can totally say that you know, the C7 Corvette is not going to be anything short. It's not, the C8 to me is not going to be that much better than the C7. I think it's going to be a new platform. It's something that's totally different, and I think in the years to come, that's going to give them a lot of room to grow in that platform. Sure. It's going to be able to take them to the next level, you know, from the standpoint of performance. Because you just saw, you know, the brand new Lamborghini Performante just set a record at the Nürburgring. Yes. And I think GM they want to get there. I think they can get there, and I think that they've said themselves they're tapped out on the C7.
Sure.
The ZR1 is the max of what they can do with that platform.
Yeah, that car's intimidating. It's very, very scary.
Yeah.
You know.
So we talked about, was there anything else that you wanted to?
Oh, I mean, just to reiterate for anybody who's actually watching this point or in the playback.
There's still 154 people watching live.
That's pretty good.
That's
pretty good.
That's more people in the town my wife grew up in. I mean, that's it. That's White Wright, Texas, right there. Might be watching, you know, but she's not here to defend herself.
Support from so many of you guys out there, and I really want the opportunity to do business with you and give you a different experience and make it easy. Yes, I'm a retailer, but I'm just the regular guy. I can't stand if a guy says to me, "Oh, you're just a car salesman." I got news for you. I'm not. I hate the car business. I do. I hate it. But after the commitment I've made to this car, I've not been able to walk away because I really, truly enjoy it. And working with these people and seeing their journeys and seeing their stories, and just some of these people are just so nice. It's just amazing. It's just such a different buying experience for me and for you guys. So it's a pleasure. But the support that he's given me, I have no words. That's why I came. I wanted to make sure I was here with him to thank you guys for all the support. And going forward, I'm going to have no short of content. We've got all kinds of stuff going on, and I appreciate the ideas and the feedback you guys give me. And I read all my comments, try to reply to every one of them because I learned from that. I really do, and it is really a thrill just to be a part of this car at this level and share it on YouTube is really, really amazing for me, and I can't thank you guys enough, and I can't thank you enough, Chuck.
Kilo, thanks for stopping by. Guys, well, we're 75 minutes into this thing, and you know, in closing, this was awesome. You know, what's going to be great? This is going to be out there forever.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about YouTube is when I started my channel, I had this footage of my new car, and I was like, where can I put it that it won't get lost?
There you go.
And I said, I'm going to create a YouTube channel, and I'm going to put it there. It's free. I can put it there. It will be there forever. YouTube's not going anywhere. Google's not going anywhere. They're probably taking over the world as it already is. And, you know, that's why, you know, this day for me is bittersweet. And you know, a lot of you guys, this is the first time you're going to hear this. I'm going to be going more into this in another video, but I am leaving YouTube. This past week, both of my wife's Grand Sport, as well as some of you guys have already reached out to me. Fearless is the ZR1 is already gone. And I'm going to get into that more and more. I know that's going to be just a bombshell for a lot of people, and they're like, what in the world, Chuck, you just got that? You just said that was your dream Corvette. Yes, all of those things are true. But something has come up in my life, and it's going to demand all of my resource. It's going to demand all of my time for the next couple of years. And I'm not going to be able to enjoy the car. And one thing on my channel I've always talked about is drive your Corvette. Yeah. I think any Corvette that just sits in a garage is a disservice to that Corvette, you know, and that Corvette deserves to be out there. And so, you know, me and my wife, you know, we talked about it. This was a month-long thing that we really debated on. You know, do we keep the cars? You know, we're not going to be here to drive them. You know, what do we do? And we just came down to the thing is, my wife said, Chuck, you've been saying for years, you've been telling these people to drive these cars, and yet you want, where ours is just going to sit here. And so, you know, that doesn't mean in the future that I may, you know, Corvette's in my blood. So at some point I'm going to be calling Rick, saying, Rick, I'm ready to order another Corvette, and Rick's where I will buy it, and I will call him up and we'll order one, and this time I will fly up and drive it home. We're not going to be shipping it. All right. So,
and see, he called me Monday night and told me this, you guys, and I've been trying so hard to anything that we talked about today, not to slip up and mess that up. And that's one of the reasons I think this video went a little bit longer, because of his announcement. And I'm going to have a separate vlog on that too, and another one to follow. No matter what, I was going to, you know, I was dealing with some weather getting here. I'm like, I'm getting there to see Chuck, and you screwed my head up all week, all week, because we love you, man. We love you. I love you. We respect you. You've been helpful. You've been encouraging. You've been enthusiastic, and to know that you're not going to be here at least once a week for us. I'm really bummed about that. So I want to thank you for everything. I don't know. It's still, I've known for a week, and it's still a shocker to me, man.
Well, I contacted him and said, hey, Rick, I know it's 9 o'clock at night. Can you call me? And he about 5 minutes later, he calls me. What's up, Chuck? You know. And that's
I was standing when he called me, and then when he says, hey, I got to tell you, I know you're coming in, and I said, oh my God, I got to sit down. I said, are you kidding me? Because this, I mean, you've done such a great job, and it keeps growing and growing and growing, and then for you to walk away from it right now, and I respect that, but you got to take care of your family and stuff. I'm taking care of my family through Corvette. That's what I do, but it's really going to be bizarre because you've been one of those, and there's not many out there. You've been one of those good guys. I mean, Chuck's not out there trying to sell you something. He's not trying to clickbait videos. I mean, he's just been genuine and enthusiastic and passionate, and that's what people have really gravitated towards, you know, for his channel. And when you're looking for something specific like this, I think you and myself, there's a couple other guys that are just Corvette only. It's hard to find, and if you're into this car, you seek that type of connection. And you've got an amazing connection with this audience.
And they've been, you know,
now your comments are going to blow up.
Yes, well, they're already starting to blow up there. They're going, what in the world is going on here? Here I am. I pull on this thing live, and Chuck says he's leaving YouTube, and he's sold both of his Corvettes. Are you kidding me? Is this April? Is it April 1st?
I'm usually the one pulling the jokes. This is no joke. I promise you that. I'm having a tough time with it. Because I really look forward to his stuff, and I look forward to his interaction and his feedback. It's not like we're not going to be talking. We're going to be talking.
Yes.
But I love his content and the message that he sends on the channel for Corvette and Corvette owners and future owners. And for that all of a sudden not to be there as far as new content it's a bummer, man.
Well, this has been a part of me for the last 2.5 years. Every week, you know, most people, when they came into my channel, I always ended each one of my channels with saying, you know, see you guys next Saturday morning at 9 a.m. And it was 9 a.m. And, you know, I've always tried to incorporate you guys into my videos by showing your cars at the end. You know, it was important to me when I started noticing people are actually watching this. You know, I mean, I'm walking around with one GoPro, now I've got 10, you know. But as this is involved, it was more and more about you. It was less and less about me. It was more about sharing with you not only my passion, but allowing you guys to share your passion in your comments down below. You know, I see so many of you guys being so cool to one another. You know, the 2 meetups that I did this year, one down in Dallas, we had 80-some Corvettes show up.
Yeah,
we
cool.
did one in Kansas City. And it was around 50 Corvettes or so showed up, and being able to meet you guys in person, you know, just like today I'm meeting Rick in person.
Yeah.
You know, we see people online and we don't realize they're a real person. And, you know, getting out there and seeing you and people walking up, Chuck, can you sign this? Can you do this? I'm like, are you kidding me? You know, my wife's going, Chuck, these people want you to sign stuff? I said, yeah.
That's how you're affecting people.
That's exactly. And, you know, to say goodbye to that is going to be the most difficult thing. It wasn't getting rid of the cars. Yes, that was difficult, believe me. But saying goodbye to you, saying goodbye to being there with you that every Monday or Tuesday at 5 p.m. when I would release a video. Miss being with my vet club. You know, TVS, who is local here. I've met so many people through that. So many of you guys are members of the channel here. And I'm going to miss that the most. I'm going to miss the people the most. I'm going to miss the cars, but I'm going to miss the people.
There's no doubt about it. I mean, I'm going to feel like that little kid in the grocery store. You ever been that little kid in the grocery store that your mom says, hang on a second, and then she goes away, and all of a sudden you're standing around like, hello? And she gone. So we just left a bunch of little kids on YouTube standing around calling your name.
Yeah.
Chuck? Chuck, where you at, Chuck?
Yeah.
Chuck? Is he over here? Hello? Chuck? 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 Chuck, give me the mic. So we got an intercom. We're paging Chuck, please. We're looking for Chuck back on YouTube. Anybody see Chuck? Chuck's up in aisle 4. You guys, there's going to be an emptiness on YouTube. Is the point I'm trying to make. Wow, man.
And that's why it's important. Again, there will be one more video. I'm going to get into why I've left, what I'm going to be doing. Not real specific, but a little bit more, because there's going to be some people that won't watch this far into this video, and they're going to know what's going on.
Right.
And it will be as clickbait as can be.
All right, go get it, baby.
I've never been one, but I'm going to tell you what, Mike, I've struck up a relationship with Mike with Street. Most of you guys know him as Street Speed 717, but I'm going to put his clickbait to shame. I am going to bring one out that we are going to get some views on that one.
All right, good.
But guys, again, as we leave this particular, look at the private messages are coming in.
Oh, we're still there.
Yeah, it says you're live.
You're live.
I'm sorry, the messages are coming in on my personal phone, blowing up. Chuck, what the heck is going on?
Right.
But yes, and I'm so glad to be able to go out doing this with you here, Rick.
You too, man.
And again, if you followed my channel, if you like my content, I'm going to tell you right now, you gotta go follow this guy on YouTube. Not only on Facebook, but he's also on YouTube. We're going to get him up on Instagram, because I know so many of you guys are there. And he's going to take the baton. You know, his channel is growing. I think you were a little over 7,000 subscribers, somewhere in there.
Yeah, 75 right now.
Yeah, so mine just hit 25,000. Here I am, you know, hanging mine. But, you know, you guys that are on here and have supported me, some of you guys already support Rick, but if you're not, definitely go do that, because he's going to be able to fulfill that itch that you have for Corvette, and that content that you're going to get that's going to be straightforward. You know, again, he's not about making thumbnails that aren't true or anything like that. He's posting what he's doing. And
I guess, you know, for anybody that's watching now that's going to come over to my channel from Chuck's channel, I won't let you guys down. I'll help you any way I can. I'm going to give you I'm going to do a lot more how-tos on my channel. I mean, I see it. Even the guy that just traded the 16 Z06 and went to a 17, you know, he bought that from someone else. So I'm showing him how to use stuff in the car. He goes, did my old car have that? Did my old? You guys don't even realize what you have, and I want you to enjoy that. So you're only going to enjoy it if you know how to use it. So I'm going to do a lot of how-tos on there. When you guys get ready to do business, we've talked about it. I sell all over the country. Love for you to come up here. We can ship to Oklahoma if you're here in the area. I'm happy to help any way I can and not let you down. Out of respect to him and out of respect to you guys, it means a lot. And oh, real quick, I almost forgot this too. Yes, his grass really is 3/8 of an inch. I got out of the car and I'm like, wow, where's my putter?
I made some videos outside. People were like, Chuck, remember I threw the nickel down, and people were like, Chuck, is that like really how thin? Yes, I'm a nut when it comes to my
That's
yard.
better than an NFL football field, baby. You're gonna have all kinds of time now to work on your grass.
Yes, exactly.
You knucklehead.
But guys, I'll see you one more video. We're gonna sit down. Actually, Rick is gonna make an appearance in that video, and yes, he's gonna make a video because there's a camera right behind this camera.
Oh, okay.
See that camera right there?
Yeah,
Okay, we have it's not recording yet.
Oh, okay.
But guys, again, I'm gonna, when I end the next video, I'm gonna show you the car leaving. There's gonna be some other things that are gonna be going on there, so I want you guys to kind of experience that with me. But I'm gonna sit down and give you just a moment of my time and tell you exactly what you mean to me. And but guys, until that video, I hope you have a blessed rest of your week. And even though this is a live stream, I can't say now here's some of your beautiful rides because I can't put them at the end.
Right.
But I will show some of your rides at the end of the last go around.
Thanks for all the support, you guys, and thanks for being here today. This has been a lot of fun.
All right, guys, we'll see you guys later.
Yeah, I'm still in shock. It's pretty bizarre. I mean, Instagram, Facebook just blowing up, YouTube blowing up. The Chuck is leaving YouTube. But just from talking to him after lunch, and I'm going to share part of that with you in my vlog on Tuesday, I don't think he's going to be. I don't think he's going to be gone as long as you guys anticipate. At least that's what we're hoping, anyways. You know what I mean? So, thank you for watching this. Thanks for your support. If you're new to my channel, I do all kinds of things, but it is all focused on Corvette, the car, and the customer, the marketplace, events. I'd love for you to come back. So support my channel, subscribe. It's absolutely free. Make sure you thumbs up this video. Leave a comment below of you being shocked on Chuck's announcement. And there's going to be more to follow right here on the channel. So thanks again for joining us.